You don't have an achievement problem. What you have is an identity problem. You cross the finish line, land the deal, hit the revenue target, deliver the keynote that gets the standing ovation, and then you feel like a fraud wearing someone else's clothes. Here's a truth that nobody talks about. Your nervous system would rather keep you small and familiar than big and unknown. So it shrinks you back down to the size of your oldest story about yourself. I graduated Navy boot camp expecting to feel invincible. Instead, I stood there hollow, wondering if they had made a mistake. Years later, grinding my way up the corporate ladder, when that promotion finally came, I celebrated for exactly one weekend. By Monday, I was restless, irritable, already hunting for the next thing to prove I belonged. Even when my English tutoring started humming, income was climbing, clients were raving, I kept waiting for someone to pull back the curtain and expose me. That's the identity come down, and it's killing your momentum. Success doesn't change you, it exposes you. If your self concept is stuck in yesterday's limitations, today's wins will feel like borrowed time. Welcome to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential, the podcast where your transformation begins. I'm Sean Michael, and each day I'll bring you quick, impactful insights and action steps to fuel your personal and professional growth. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, or someone ready to break limits and ignite greatness, this is your daily power boost to crush obstacles, stay focused, and awaken the extraordinary potential within you. Because remember, greatness begins within. Let's go. Welcome back to Daily Power Boost. Today, we're dismantling the identity come down, why you shrink after your biggest moments, and how to stop treating your victories like crimes. Here's what's really happening. You achieved something significant. Your external reality just leveled up. But your internal narrative, yeah, it's still running last year's operating system. So your nervous system panics, saying, "This doesn't match who we are. It must be wrong. Let's fix it." Enter self-sabotage, guilt, that weird emptiness where celebration should be. Your body is trying to restore equilibrium by shrinking you back to the familiar. Here are 3 truths that will change this. First, your wins don't need your permission, but they do need your integration. Most people treat success like a surprise party they weren't invited to. They show up, smile awkwardly, and sneak out early. Stop being a guest at your own victories. Second, your nervous system isn't protecting you, it's imprisoning you. Every time you minimize a win, dismiss a compliment, or deflect recognition, you're just reinforcing the cage of your old identity. Your body reads shrinking as safety, but safety isn't growth, it's a slow death. Third, identity isn't what you've done, it's who you've become by doing it. The person that built that business, that's not luck, that's you. The person who delivered that presentation, not a fluke, that was you. The person who overcame that obstacle, stop acting like it was someone else wearing your face. Take a breath with me. Inhale the truth of who you've already proven yourself to be, and exhale the lie that you're still the person who started this journey. I want you to reflect on these 3 questions. Where did you shrink right after your last big moment? What story about yourself refused to update with your success? And if you fully owned your wins, what would you stop apologizing for? Here's the boost today. Name the win. Write down one success you minimized this year, the one that made you uncomfortable to claim. Then rewrite the story. Stop saying, "I got lucky." Start saying, "I am the kind of person who creates these outcomes." Then take ownership action. Do one thing today that the successful version of you would do, not to prove anything, but to practice being who you already are. For me, the identity come down used to feel like punishment, but now I see it as evolution trying to happen. Every time you feel smaller after a big moment, your soul is saying, it's time to expand. Because your wins aren't too big, your self image is just too small. And the world doesn't need you to shrink back down to comfortable. It needs you to grow up into inevitable. This was the Identity Come Down, why you feel smaller after big moments. Next up, marriage as a mirror, why your partner reveals what you hide. Because the most honest reflection of your leadership isn't in your LinkedIn bio. It's in how you show up when nobody's watching but the person who sees you clearest. Stop apologizing for your peaks. Start living like they're exactly where you belong. With strength and heart, I'm Sean Michael. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.